Hello, future fellow weirdo of the flock. How are you? How are you? Did you take your medicine? Okay. Well, while you're taking your medicine, I'm going to attempt to tell you what happened. Okay. So, David, it says God told David to take a census. But they said it was Satan pretending to be God told David to take a census. So David told Joab, take a census. And Joab said no. And David was like, what'd I say? And then Joab was like, So he counted everybody but the Levites and the Benjamites because God's people and whatnot. And then God gets pissed off because David took a census. But okay. So God was pissed as fuck. And David he's a wreck. So God sends, I don't remember, but he sends a prophet to David to say, you got three choices: get beat up, get dead, or God. And David's like, God. Because at the end of the day, God is a scary guy, but he is marshmallow. So, like, I'll take God any day, any day, any day. Men are kind of fucked up, but God's all right. So we're gonna choose God. So God tells David, go down here to this guy. He's got a threshing floor. Rip it down and build an altar. So David goes down and he's like, God wants me to rip this down and build an altar. Uh, and the dude's like, yeah, go ahead. And David's like, no, I gotta give you some money. I gotta something. And the dude's like, no, you don't got it. And David said, what did I say? I'm gonna pay you. I need some sacrificey things. And dude's like, I got all the sacrificey things. Listen, I'll throw that in. You want to buy the building? You get the cow for free. Good deal. And David's like, that is a hell of a good deal. So I gave him $600 for his thing, wheat thing. So David has this wheat thing now, and he rips it down and builds an altar. And God feels so bad, right? His feel bads. He's all up in himself. And he's like, man, I don't want to do this. And David's like, you don't have to. You don't have to. I did the sacrificey thing. Listen, you can be done. And God's like, I can be done. Yeah, I could be done. I'm probably done. But there is a place. Remember the high place? That they're supposed to be doing sacrifices in. But David doesn't want to go there because he's scared. Because he saw that angel thing and he's like, oh, I'm not going there. Like God couldn't kill him where he was at. But for some reason he thinks he can't kill me if I don't go up there. So he doesn't go up there. So come in. I am Nikki K the Great, and this is the Porty Bird. So, coming in, right there. grab you something, keep other people alive, juice. And then come this way. I packed you a bowl and rolled you a cigarette. So come on in and get comfy and let's smoke it, drink it, read it. Have a good time. All right. All right.
Lady, go!
Okay. So, chapter 23, it starts. When David was old and full of days, he made Solomon, his son, king. Okay. So, remember my yellow board of kings? And I'm terrible at doing this every single time. So, now I have David and Solomon. On this side, it's supposed to be Israel. On this side, it's supposed to be Judah. But I think David and Solomon are king of both of them at this point. So, their names are supposed to be in the middle. uh, that's not very middly, is it? But anyway, it's supposed to be in the middle. But these are our first two kings so far. I'm gonna try to do this so I can remember who the fuck is who. So David is making Solomon king, right? And he gathered together all the princes, the priests, and the Levites. So everybody that was involved in God's house, he called them together. And he numbered them all. And then, like, he split up their jobs and gave them jobs in the church. Well, their jobs are the same as they were. Like, God's church is a tent at this point, and they know their jobs in the tent. But I think he's setting up for when they're inside an actual building. Okay? Yeah, that's what he says. David divided them into courses among all the Levites. And then there's a shit ton of names starting at verse 7 going until 24. So verses 7 to 24 are names. Verse 25, David said, God has given rest to all his people. They're going to dwell in Jerusalem forever. And also to the Levites. They will no more carry God's house or suitcase. They don't have to anymore because we're going to build them a house. Okay. Yeah, okay. See, it's still giving them the same jobs, only in a house. You know, the Levites, they gotta do the bread, they gotta talk to God's suitcase, they've gotta talk at God's feet, you know, in his foot bath, uh, like a whole thing. But only instead of doing it in a church, now they're gonna be doing it in a house. So David is getting all of this prepared. The jobs, the items for the house, everything. He's getting it in order before he dies. Because that's what God told him to do. So, yeah. And then his thing, it says they should keep the charge of all the tabernacle. So they're going to keep charge of the church and charge of the holy place, and they're in charge of everything that has to do with God's house. It's the Levites and the sons of Gershom and whatnot. So the Levites, Moses and Aaron's family, they're in charge of the church, even when it's not a tent anymore. So there's that. That was chapter 23. So we're going to pause right here. We're going to go check on our cats, not water our plants, get a refill, repack a bowl, roll a cigarette, and go pee. We will be right back. Hopefully somebody's awake and they can give me a hug. All right. Wait.
Lady, go!
Okay. So now we're on chapter 24. Oh my god. This is more shit. More names and shit. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, okay. So it's giving a list of names and jobs. Pretty much the jobs of the tribe is the same. It's just a different names now. Hold on. What is it, baby? Okay. What time are you wanting to leave? That is my favorite time. I don't know when we're leaving, but we're getting through this. So it's the same job, uh each little individual tribe in the tribe of Levites. They have specific jobs or whatever. And this is just given the names of who has that job. Uh, um, come to according to their. Okay, yeah. So it's more names. Okay. Okay. No, it is the same. And apparently, Kish, which is Saul's dad, and remember, he was a Benjamite. Okay. Uh, Apparently, they have a job in the house of God also. Okay. All right. So hold on. So the sons of Mushai, the son of Kish. It looks like they cast lots in the presence of David to see who was going to be biggest and baddest of them all. It was Zadok and Ahimelech. Um, yeah, okay, so Zadok and Ahimelech won the lots that were cast. Okay, yeah, so they cast lots who was going to be the chiefest priest or whatever, and it was Zadok and Ahimelech that won. Okay. Okay. So, what time is it? Oh, it's only 11:30. Okay. We'll go to chapter 25. Ah, man, I forgot there's so many fucking names. Half of the Bible is names. It's just name dropping out the ass. If you took all the names out of the Bible, I'm willing to bet it would be this big. Because it's pages and pages and pages and pages and pages of names for no reason. I'm sure there's probably a reason, but at this point, there's no fucking reason to have name after name, pages of fucking names. If they took all those out of there, the Bible would be this big. This is terrible. Okay. Anyway, we're just gonna repack a bowl, roll a cigarette, and grab a refill. We will be right back. 2 seconds. We weren't even gone. Okay.
Lady, go!
All right. Chapter 25. And I don't know if this can be a bunch of names. I mean, it would make sense. It seems that that's the thing we're going on. Fucking pages and pages of names. I'm telling you, if they took the names out of the Bible, it would be that fucking big. Okay. So, chapter 25. Moreover, David and the captains of the host separated. So David left his army uh, to the service of the sons of Asaph and Heman. Oh, okay. So David left his army in the capable hands of Asaph, Heman, Jeduthun, who would prophesy with harps and with psalteries, cymbals, and the number of the workmen according to the service was a bunch of fucking names, and they prophesied according to the order of the king. So he's like, you prophesy or die. You must prophesy. Ah, man. Could you imagine, like, being told a prophecy on command? Like, prophecy or you die. It's like, man, but I'm so fucking lazy. Can I just die? I don't know if God wants to talk to me right now, King D. I don't know. I don't know, but I don't like this. Because I think me and Big Guy are not on speaking terms. So, you can just kill me. Ah, man, that would be the worst job. Prophecy on command. Man, I wonder how many people died because they couldn't prophecy on command. It's like, I would start making shit up. Like, I don't know, give me a deck of cards. You got some ramen noodles? I'll tell you your prophecy for some ramen noodles. That's real life, and it did happen. Ah, man, these poor guys. Like, oh, you're not a prophet. Well, you're a prophet anyway. Man. Okay. So, more names. Prophecy on command. Uh, Okay. Okay. Hold on. Okay. So He-Man, he had 14 sons and 3 daughters. Um, wait. And Jettathon had 6 sons. He-Man. Okay. All these were under the hands of their father for a song in God's house with cymbals, psalteries, and harps, according to the king's order to Asaph, Jeduthun, and Heman. Okay, so they had 288 men in the choir and orchestra. God's choir and orchestra, his whole swing music thing. So God's house is a swingers club. No, swingers club is different. What do they call swing dancers? The place where they hang out. That's not a swingers club, is it? Oh, I don't know. I would call it a dance hall. God's house is a dance hall. Okay. And they cast lots, ward against ward, the small as the great, the teacher as the scholar. So they were drawing lots to see who got to teach a dance class first. Okay. Now the first, okay. So I guess the 3 men were like drawing lots to see who went first. And they cast lot, ward against ward, the small as the great, teacher and the scholar. The first lot came forth for Asaph to Joseph, the second to Gedaliah, who with his brethren and sons were 12. Okay, so there was 12 men in each tribe. I guess each new tribe and the Levites. So there was 12 men who had 12 tribes with them. No. So 24. There was 24 leader men with 12 in their crew. Okay, so again, this is a bunch of names with shit that don't mean anything. Oh, look, the Hebronites all by themselves. So they keep calling the Israelites Hebrews. We're Hebrews. No, they're single right here. They're by themselves. They are set apart. So these people are not Hebrews. Oh, okay. So I guess this is giving a census. Okay. Okay, and 27 is again more names. But these are the names of the army guys. There's so many fucking names for no reason. Ah, Princes of the 12 Tribes. Okay. This is terrible. It's so many fucking names. 27, chapter 27 is names. No. 27 is mostly names. Okay. So 27 verses 1 through 22 is more fucking names. Okay. So verse 23, it says, David took, he didn't take the number of the people 20 years old and younger, because the Lord said he would increase Israel like the stars of heaven. I thought it was sand on the seashore, but okay. Joab, the son of Zeruiah, began to number, but he didn't finish because God. Okay. But he didn't finish because God. So the number was not put in the account of the Chronicles of David. And over the king's treasury was Asmavet. Okay. Let's see. So Asmavet was over the king's treasure, storehouses, in the cities, villages, and castles. Whoa, hold on, hold on. And over the king's treasury was Asmavet. He was over the storehouses in the field and in the cities and the villages. And in the castles was Jehonathan, the son of Uzziah. And changed his name in a sentence. Oh my God. Okay. So I'm guessing these two dudes were in charge of this thing, even though it says one guy was. But I guess now it's two. Okay. And over them that did the work of the field. Okay, never mind. I think this is supposed to say Jehonathan was in charge of those that did the work in the field, for tilling the ground and stuff. And his name was Ezri. Over the vineyards was Shimei. The increase of the vineyards for the wine cellars was Zabdi. Uh, Okay, so the dude in charge of the trees and shit was Baal Hanan. And Joash was over the oil in the cellar. And the animals was Shitrai. Uh, and the herds was a guy called Shaphat. So every animal got a dude. Okay. So Obel was over the camels. And Jeheldiah was over the asses. The flocks was a guy called Jaziz. All these were the rulers of the substance, which was King David's. So one dude was in charge of one thing. Maybe that's why shit ran so well. Because it was like one dude was in charge of this one thing. Maybe we should take that into account. Instead of many dudes in charge of many things at the same time, or one dude in charge of many things at the same time. There should be one dude in charge of like the five main dudes. Yeah. You do different things for the same goal. Yeah. Kingdom is only as good as its king. So King D, it seems, might have been kind of a lot smart. Also, Jonathan, David's uncle, was a counselor, a wise man, a scribe, and Jehiel was with the king's sons. Oh, okay. Okay. I think we know what's about to happen. Okay. We're gonna end right here, by the way. uh so um hold on. So Jonathan, David's uncle, was a wise man and a counselor. But there was also a scribe with him and Jehiel. They were with the king's sons. And Ahithophel was a king's counselor, and Hushai was the king's companion. Hushai was the king's companion. And after Ahithophel was Jehoiada. That's Benaniah's son. He was the mighty man of valor. And Abiathar, he was the general of the king's army. No, no, no. I lied. I lied. Ahithophel. Hold on. And Ahithophel was the king's counselor. Hushai was David's companion. After Ahithophel was Jehoiada, Abiathar, and Joab the general. Okay, so those guys were together, and I'm guessing they were with the king's sons. So they was all hanging out in a little place together, and that is where we're gonna end. After all these fucking names, this is terrible. How many chapters of names was that? 23 to 27. Ah, I'm telling you, if you took all the names out of the Bible, it would not be as big. There's so many fucking names. So many names. But anyway, we're gonna end right there. So thank you for watching. I totally appreciate it. Like and subscribe if you want to hear something other than chapters full of names. Because there's about to be not chapters full of names. So press like and subscribe and come back tomorrow and actually find out what happens. Thank you. Don't forget, learn word magic. People call it politics speech, backward speech, double tongue, all sorts of shit like fast talking. Nah, it's deeper than that. Words mean shit. So, learn word magic. Keep your head down, your nose clean, your shoes tied. Don't get ready. Stay ready. Love you. Bye.